Hello, my name is The Don, and this will be the first episode of my new series for YouTube where we are taking on managing Rangers. So, we've got our game loaded. I'll actually show you what we've got loaded right now. Let's add remove leagues, so that'll show you better. So, we've got all the English leagues down to League 2 and all the major nations' top leagues. And I also added the Northern Irish League in, and it's for no other reason other than the fact that I've enjoyed managing there in the past, apart from the Christmas fixture congestion. Honestly, if you manage in England and you complain about fixture congestion, try managing in Northern Ireland. It is ridiculous. The rest of them I've got top leagues open. Again, do have some of the licensing things. I'm not 100% sure how accurate this licensing update that I've got is. Mostly because it's been a long time since I looked at these leagues, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty accurate. The reviews seem pretty good, so hopefully they are. And I think the other one was the Liga Santander, which looks fairly good to me. Again, maybe a couple that might not be 100%. I'm not sure. I might get a face pack and a logo pack at some point if there is an interest for that. I didn't really know which one to go for, should there be one. Other than that, we are now managing Rangers. Now, the reason why I chose Rangers is because it's my favourite club. I was debating doing this series for a little while, and I was thinking, who do I go on? I was thinking lots of different sort of challenges, a couple in England, a couple in Italy, one in Spain. And then I thought, the most enjoyable series I'm going to have, which will hopefully mean the most enjoyable series for the viewers, is going to be my favourite club. I will do some other series, hopefully on Football Manager as well, alongside this. We will see in the future. But I felt I've been struggling to get into this year's Football Manager, so this is the way to go. I haven't started as Rangers for a number of years now, so I think it's going to be a little bit more interesting than normal. Mostly because as we were going up the leagues, I found that a different type of challenge, and I preferred to start elsewhere. And I always end up with the Rangers job. I think in the last 3 years, I've always ended up moving to Rangers at some point during the year, but I never ever started there. So this is going to be the first time that I've started there in a number of years, which means I'm going to have to get used to having my real life bias that I used to have back when I played as Rangers from the start all the time. Now we've got to attend this meeting. I'm just going to quickly rally through this while I sort of introduce the series. So again, the interesting challenge with Rangers this year is, I believe, yeah, we're going to hold a press conference. Sorry, I believe that I'm going to get asked to win the league, which, given the fact that we have a championship squad, is going to be an interesting one to do. I've watched a couple of series on YouTube to sort of get an idea of what a Football Manager series should do. Excuse me. And that's a problem with recording live, by the way. Like, you just need to sort of hiccup or whatever. You cannot stop it. Okay, because I'm going to get rid of most of my staff, I think I'm just going to decline it. So I believe I'm going to get asked to win the league. Let's have a look. Responsibilities, no. Okay, I've already got managed friendly matches set to Davey the assistant. That's fine. But yeah, basically I think I'm going to get asked to win a league, and then I think that's going to be extremely interesting because the team that we have should, in theory, not be capable of winning the league. Coaching wise, John McGinn's certainly someone I would like to get, to be honest, if it is at all possible. I'm going to get another report. Frank McParland's already recommended him. He was one of the guys that I would have actually had highlighted on my sort of to go on scout list anyway. Let's have a look at the rest of your reports. Jamie Murphy, he was actually an absolute boss for me think it was FM11. I signed him from Motherwell on a free transfer, and he was an absolute boss. I'm actually going to go through all this separately off camera, so I'm going to try and record some games and not others. So we do not have our League Cup fixtures yet, or our Betfred Cup, whatever what you want to call it. They're not there yet. Whoever we get in the group stage of that, I'll maybe actually just skip forward a day and see if we get the draw. Social feed, no, right, let's get forward a day, come on, give me the draw. Vernon's making you report, right. I'm going to add him to shortlist and see what that does. So, again, come on. Okay, I've dreamt for this moment for years. I've absolutely no doubt. That's me just going by real life now, by the way. She's 25 years of age. There are plenty of examples of young managers doing well in the game. When you say that, there's actually a young manager who's just been appointed at Hearts, Ian Cathro, who was my youth coach for this game back in FM08. I used to always send him as my youth coach, and the amount of people I've heard have so much mixed reviews on him because of his age, but when you look at what he's achieved in football, it's just phenomenal at his age. Do you believe you're very much a defensive-minded coach? I'd be very surprised if that's true. But we'll just go with it. I have a wealth of targets in mind. I do. I will be adding scouts. I believe we won't have the wonders now. I was going to show all that. So hopefully, I'm just going to double check that I actually have Rangers set as my favourite club. Now they are, but I just want to make sure because usually you get asked a question on that profile. It's got to be in here somewhere. Yesterday Rangers club, no. Playing mentality, coaching style, and playing mentality, attacking, yeah. Yeah, oh, here's my stats, by the way. I've went for the ones that I went for. Attacking and defending, I think, are the two most important. Tactical is also a good one to have. Mental, I can't remember why I've got that. Working with youngsters. Now, last year I set this to 2, expecting it to go up very, very quickly. And it never did. I was winning leagues with, average age of 22, and it was still 2, so for whatever reason that still isn't working. So I set it to 20 this year in the hope that it just stays at 20 and you can get the full boost of coaching the youngsters. It was based on Rangers, which was a pro contract, so I don't need to actually do any of the coaching things, which took me 10 years to do last year. But eventually got there, and it was with a professional player history, so we'll actually probably get quite a lot of job offers higher up fairly quickly. We do only have 1 and a bit star reputation, which actually surprises me for that. I was expecting slightly higher than that. We've got 20 for determination and 20 for motivation. Now again, I took those 2 because they are huge for your actual training stats. Where would favourite clubs be? Oh, there we go, favourite clubs. Yeah, so Rangers is there, just slightly different. I would expect a question about that. Maybe I did get a question and I didn't notice it. Right, now we're 7 minutes into this video already, and really I wanted to just say which my first game would come back to. It would be my first competitive game. Yeah, so we're going to lose McParland here because pre-season team watch, that's Celtic. That can get beat. I imagine there's no way we can keep him. Yeah, Rangers players aren't at the standard I want to work with. Now, he actually declined probably playing with a higher standard of player to come here in the first place, so I don't think that makes sense, but whatever. Right, so this schedule still hasn't gave us our Betfred Cup games. Whatever it is, it'll be the first game against the highest ranked team that we're drawn against that we'll come back to, so it won't maybe be my first competitive game, but I don't want to come and just show you Rangers versus Alloa or something. Not Alloa, but you know, a League 2 team. I just don't want to show you that because it's just not going to be competitive. What I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to learn my team. and who's going to be good and who isn't. I'm going to sort out my formations, sort out my staff. Obviously, we need to now improve our medical a bit, improve our scouting a bit, and improve our coaching a bit. These are all fairly average or god awful in terms of the physio situation. So we're going to go and sort all that out, maybe have a look at what we need to buy and what we need to sell, and we will be back for whatever the first competitive game is. Also, just to add, for the comment section, I know I'm managing Rangers, but let's just keep any sort of Rangers Celtic hate to a minimum. This series will have some sort of bias towards Rangers because I'm a Rangers fan and we're managing Rangers, but other than that, there will be no more than that. What I would like to still be able to do is offer something to the Celtic fans. Maybe I can sign someone that they might want to sign in their game, or maybe just show a way of playing that maybe they enjoy or whatever. So hopefully that could be taken from a mutual point of view and just keep it friendly and fun. Other than that, I will see you in what to you will be a few seconds, for me will be a good few minutes, as we go to our first competitive game. Okay, so we're back. We've fast forwarded about 1 month exactly. In that time, we have played 2 competitive games with a 3-0 and a 2-0 win over Airdrie and a Buckie Thistle respectively in the Scottish League Cup Group H. We're now at home to Motherwell, where we will now have a live game, rather than streamed. And then we have Queen's Park away. Currently, our group, we are in Group H, which we sit top of with 6 points, 3 points ahead of Buckie Thistle. Motherwell are third with 2 points. I assume that'll be something to do with a penalty win. Yep. Queen's Park have 1 point after 2 games, and Airdrie have 0 after 1 game. They only played us. Jason Holt was a player of the match. That was against Buckie Thistle. He came in for Nico Cranchar. Other than that, nothing really. Ruddy McCrory, I brought in for the 2 games. I won't play him this game, just to give him some first team experience. He's a fairly good goalkeeper, young goalkeeper anyway. Currently getting tutoring of Matt Gilks, I believe. Yep, that is confirmed. And Danny Wilson has 2 yellow cards. He also had a player of the match against Airdrie. Other than that, pre-season we had 1 against Livingston. That was part of a transfer. I'll explain that when we get to our transfers. Canvas Lang, 10 goals in those 2 games with 1 conceded, which is fairly good. Who scored in this game? Does it tell us? Danny Mullen scored for Livingston, with Barry Mackay 2 for us. Is it possible to actually get goal scorers here? Add columns, insert column. Goal scorers? Yes, there we go. And we'll bring that in a little bit. No need to have it all the way out there. So, Barry Mackay, Joe Garner with 2, Andy Halliday and Joe Dodu. Now, I've not been managing the friendlies. I've let that down to my assistant manager, Davey Weir, who I did look at changing, but there was just not any better options available, so Davey Weir stays, at least in the stats that I value as the key stats. Canvas Lang Rangers, we won 5-0 with Josh Windass, Jordan Rositier, who is unfortunately injured at the moment. I believe it was either a training injury or a friendly injury about here somewhere, which sees him out for a month. John McGinn, our new signing, who again we'll talk about during the transfers. Martin Waghorn with a penalty and Joe Dodu. Then lost 4-2 to Lierre, with Barry Mackay and Kenny Miller getting a consolation. Lee Wallace with a consolation against Luton, who absolutely smashed us. I'll need to probably go back and review this game at some point to understand why we lost 6-1. But we will get to that. And then a 2-2 draw with... I'm never going to pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. I do apologise if there's any fans of this club in watching. But if you let me know down below how to pronounce that or whatever, it would be a great help. Then we had Airdrie. my first competitive game in charge, and the first game I actually took charge of, where we won 3-0. A debut goal for John McGinn, Joe Gardner also getting a debut goal, and a James Tavernier free kick. Unsurprisingly, he was phenomenal at them last season. Bucky Thistle, I'm a little bit disappointed with. I actually criticised the guys after it, and I sort of got red numbers, or negative reactions. We did end up with Andy Halliday sent off. This is about the two things you've missed from these two games, by the way, is 3 red cards. Bucky Thistle got one, also sent off, but it was in 89th minute. It was completely irrelevant. Jason Holt started us, and after 1 minute, when Jason Holt scored, I'm thinking, yes, this is going to be a big scoring game. Huge boost to the morale going into Motherwell. Perfect. And then nothing happened. And if anything, Bucky Thistle should have probably scored a couple. They had some really good chances. We had a lot of shots in this game, but nothing was really a chance. And then Barton scored from a corner after coming on as a sub when Andy Halliday got sent off. Again, Joey Barton's a player I'd probably like to get rid of, but because he's just signed, there's no chance. Maybe January we might be able to get rid of him. Just while he is probably there or thereabouts in the first team, Jordan Rosier, if he stays fit, will take over from him. And he's on something like 20,000 a week. That would just be so much better spent elsewhere. After this, competitive wise, we have Real Sociedad in a friendly that's not competitive, and then we have Queen's Park in this. We should, if we win this game, I believe that's us qualified from this group. So the Queen's Park will be rather irrelevant, and I might just play quite a lot of young players. After that, I will probably bring you back for your next game. Will probably actually be. Is there enough in between here and there? No, not really. I suppose there's a big international break somewhere now amongst this period as well. So the next game I'll probably bring you back for will be the Old Firm game on the 10th of September. I imagine that will probably change to the 11th depending on Celtic's European exploits, but for now we're calling it the 10th. That'll probably be the next game I'll bring you back for because it's only a few games away. The other option is Aberdeen, but I think there's more relevance for the Celtic game. Transfers, let's get to the transfers. Transfer history. So here we go. So Matthew Knox signed from Livingston for 35k. He was loaned back as part of this deal with a friendly that had to be played as well. Young player, as you can see, developing really nicely as well. He's one of these players that in real life was linked with Rangers, so I was going to look at him anyway, and then one of the scouts that I brought in said this guy's going to be really good, so I thought, why not, let's just go for him. We'll get him now. 35k, loan him back for a season. He can develop for that year, hopefully come on a bit, and as you can see, he is coming on quite nicely. 16 years old, and one of the highest rated young Scottish players right now. We got John McGinn. Now, earlier in episodes you've seen he was recommended straight away, and again he was one of those players I was going to look at anyway, and I added him to the shortlist. And I wasn't planning on making a move for him this window, but Aston Villa came in for him. Good job at adding it with that shortlist. So we matched Aston Villa's bid to an extent. We matched it in value of what the media said. Hibs came back with a counter offer which was slightly more expensive than what I wanted to spend, so I made a bit less of an offer. So it's something like 1 million up front. I can't remember all the add-ons for this, but it's 1 million up front with a potential of 1.4 million to go up to, which I imagine it will hit, and then there's a sell-on clause as well. Jordan Williams comes in on loan. He's not really that much better than anything we have. He can play left or central defence. Central or right hand side defence. And he was probably going to be more central that I brought him in for. The reason for this is I loaned out a Rob Kiernan. I tried to get rid of Rob Kiernan. He's just not good enough. This is the loan deal that sort of was the Kiernan one, but we're only getting paid, or his wages are only getting paid if he plays, which is the worry that I've got now. But even if he doesn't play, we've still got an equally good defender in on no fee at all, who's younger and could develop to be better by the end of the season. And we also, any time he does play, we get some money, a monthly part of the monthly fee or part of his wages paid. We also bought Steve Cavana in on loan. This will be backup for Lee Wallace. Sorry, I just went completely blank there. Um, okay, very good. I'm going to ignore that for now. So he comes in, we're paying his full wage. We also have the optional future fee of 135k. Now, if you look at his report, decent current ability and potential to be as good as Lee Wallace, if not maybe better. So for 135k or something like that, I thought that was an okay gamble. We get him on loan for the season so we can make the decision over the season. Elsewhere, we've just a lot of players going out on loan, really. In fact, everything here is out on loan. Matthew Knox was obviously buy with a loan back. Jack Thompson goes out on loan. Kieran out on loan. Muand out on loan. Lyon out on loan. Crone's out on loan. That guy who I'm probably going to sell because I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name. He's not really the highest rated player ever anyway. Out on loan. Adamson out on loan. And Balfour out on loan as well. The issue that I've got with this team is Hill and Senderos just aren't going to be good enough long term. Kiernan's never going to be good enough short term, never mind long term. So both of these contracts, all three of their contracts expire in the summer, I believe, and all three will go. But that leaves us with one senior centre back, maybe two if you include Matt Crooks, but he's going to be more of a midfielder, I think. So we need to sign defenders. I have looked at a couple, but there's two that I'm really keen on. One isn't currently interested, and the other is slightly out of what we currently have left in the transfer budget, which is virtually nothing. And we're in negotiations to sign one more player this window. So that's all a bit worrying, but it's not too disastrous. Barry Mackay was out injured, that's why he's not in just now. Michael O'Hara also picked up an injury, but it was nothing serious, he was fine after the game. So let's go into our Motherwell game now. So I'm going to start with Senderos over Williams here. Rossiter still out, who would normally play this role where Halliday's in. Barton will go into that role though. Halliday's not suspended, what? Okay, so for some reason his suspension's gone on to the Premiership rather than the Cup. I'm going to bring in... Where's Cranshaw, who I rested so he was fit for this game. Hope played very well in the last game, so I'm actually going to keep him on the bench over Windass, who's came off the bench both times I think, and I've not really been impressed by him so far. So this would be what I would call my first choice team right now, based on what I've seen. No, it wouldn't be. This would be my first choice team. I'm glad I spotted it, Fotheringham he wasn't in the team there. And this is the formation I'm playing, the 4-2-3-1 wide. Fluid, possession based instructions with a fairly high defensive mount and an offside trap. The offside trap was something that I seen was hit and miss last year, so sometimes I'd have it on, sometimes I wouldn't. But everything else is just based really around retaining possession and going forward. It's maybe a bit more complex than a lot of tactics you'll see, but it's the way that works for me, or at least it worked last year for me. I haven't really had any sort of tester this year. So we've got a first team of Fotheringham, Tavernier, Senderos, Wilson, Wallace, Barton McGinn, O'Halloran, Cranshaw, Forrester and Garner. And this should be it'll probably say this will be a tight game. We do have the sort of makings of a championship squad. Even our big name signings came from the championship in John McGinn. Although, like, £1 million player for a Scottish championship player would normally be quite a big expense. But this is a capped Scottish international in real life. On the fringe of the Scotland team. Phenomenal young player, and 21 years old. What more do you want? like for £1 million, you're just not going to get a player of that quality, really. He was playing below his level. He's playing below his level in real life, I think, and the offer of this. Oh, this isn't a strong Motherwell. This is not Motherwell's strongest squad. I can guarantee you that. Okay. So we've pretty much gone full strength, and Motherwell are playing not full strength. Okay, we'll just go with that. And we're going to say we've got faith in everyone and see if we can get some greens. Excuse me again. Feeling slightly bloated from earlier on. Need to probably switch off these intros, which I'll try and get done. Let's see, can we skip this? Yes, we can. Okay, there we go. I'll maybe keep them on or skip them off, I don't know. I'll maybe keep them on and skip them if the game's sort of just like an average bug game. Like, and keep them on for like the big games. That's a great ball from him again. Over to Garner. He's hit the post. Oh, could have been a dream start. What a ball from again though. And yeah, again, anyone that's sort of managing, like, maybe not the Premiership, but certainly even English Championship, John McGinn is a player I would seriously recommend getting. Oh my days, Danny. Well, great save, Wes. Mistake from Danny Wilson there, just letting them have an absolutely golden opportunity. I'm using the director cam for normal match stuff because I like seeing the set pieces from different angles. I do need to adjust my set pieces, but I just want to know sort of what's working and what isn't. And last year I had sort of a tactic that was good for half the year and terrible for the other half of the year. So obviously exploited patches or whatever, I don't know. Defensively it was a rock, but I've not put that one in yet because I just want to make sure. I want to see how the game is basically doing the corners and the free kicks, etc. before I sort of make a decision on what I want my team to do. That's a great ball from Barton. Unlucky Garner. He was up there alone anyway. I don't think he could have done much with it. How's that just gone right in between you? Just come on. Okay. This is poor. Really poor. Defensively, we're all over the shop. And then I've got my replay camera set to goal line low. It's sort of the camera I've liked more than others. Just, why is he getting so much space? Oh no, we've got another injury. So far, I've played 3 games competitively. I've had Barry Mackay, who's playing right wing, injured. Michael O'Halloran, who was playing right wing, injured. And now Michael O'Halloran, again, playing right wing, injured. It's a bit frustrating. Yeah, I'm going to town on this here. This is an absolute shambles. Okay, Lee, that's yours. Good man. Waghorn comes forward. Just, he so easily dispossessed, man. Come on. And that's a red. What is even the need for that? Just what is the need? So, we've now had, in 3 games I've played, I've now seen 4 red cards as well. I don't know if that's maybe a bug. Undo last, no. I swear down I brought Halliday on for Cranshaw. Ugh. I need to get this. I need to change something here. You know what? Again, can you go there? Yeah. Ball one midfielder defence. Yes. You can play there. I think I'm going to go with something like that. One, because Halliday will add some stability defensively, and I still need a front five, I think, to try and get back into this game. McGinn's absolutely pooped as well now, as is Garner, unfortunately. They've played all 3 games for full 90 minutes. I'm going to bring McGinn off because I think that's the safer play. You want the creative player being more alert. 2 seconds, that's my door going. Okay, so all you've missed was Tavernier getting dispossessed. Clearance from Motherwell taken by Halliday. And that was a huge deflection from the striker from Forrester. We'll take it 1-1. If we can win this on penalties, it'll be absolutely perfect. Good ball from Halliday. Pretty sure this deflected. Yeah, a huge deflection, takes the keeper right out. I do apologise for that little sort of stutter that you'll see there. My door went. Unfortunately, I'm the only one in at the moment, so I had to go and see what it was. Cleared out to Waghorn here. He plays it to Tavernier. Good ball back. Waghorn, yes! With 10 men, we've taken the lead. Think we got that tactical change right. Motherwell were absolutely destroying us for a good while there. I think adding holding midfielder role has helped us out a little bit in this game. And because we've only got 10 men as well, we're going to go to contain, play even safer, waste time whenever possible. Slightly deeper than normal. We're not going to play out of defence, we're going to clear the ball to the flanks. This is a tactic I will set up as a secondary tactic once the team start learning the one we've got. It's a time waste tactic, which will look something like that. No, 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 no! Oh, he's missed it. Thank God for that. Take your time, Wes. Take your time. Yeah, he does take his time. Absolutely perfect, but Forrester doesn't really read that clearance very well. And, oh, Tavernier, you've got to be reading that more. Nobody in the middle for Motherwell, though. Wes can just take his time again. Hopefully someone reads it and just flicks it on. Just flick it on, Jason. Doesn't even get to you, unfortunately, this time. Good defending from that Lucas guy. Tavernier now on the ball. Again, poor clearance. Play even safer, guys. Come on. Played back forward again from Motherwell, and they're just playing around just now. But we're comfortable here. We've got men behind the ball, and we're just wasting time every time we get it. And look at this. This is Halliday here, just coming back, and it was almost a back five there. Absolutely perfect. I like that. This is starting to recognise that now. That I wanted that to happen. There's a lot of games where that won't happen. I'm going to be calm and just say, okay, I'm going to go with that one. Just congratulate them on coming back. We came back with 10 men on the park. I'm not happy. Overall, we've qualified for the next round, which is good. Excuse me again. Yeah, Michael Halloran is out for 6 to 7 weeks. Barton's banned. Do you know what? That was a horrific tackle. You can get a 2-week thing. You will accept that. Yep, there you go. There's 40 grand just extra in our kitty because you're a bloomin' idiot. I'm about to swear there. I'm trying to hold it back. I will play quite a lot of these youngsters. As you can see from the first team, a lot of people either learning or getting tutoring, just to try and bring on some of the young lads. and who try to get most of them out on loan as well, the ones that aren't getting tutored. So yeah, so I'll leave that for episode 1. As I say, the next episode I'll bring you back for the Celtic game at Celtic Park on the 10th of September. So thank you for watching. If you liked, or a like would be appreciated. Any feedback at all would be hugely appreciated, and again, preferably constructive feedback, not just nonsense. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you next time.